What up my people, welcome to another Oblong tutorial. On this video I want to explain how I was able to achieve this chorus effect that we hear in recent Afrobeat, something like this.
Thank God for God, oh. Money don't come on board, oh. You see I'm on no, you see as you don't for part, oh. Thank God for God, oh. Money don't come on board, oh. You see I'm on no, you see as you don't for part, oh.
Yo guys, that's what I'm talking about. So without wasting much time, let's move in. This song, the artist is Georgia. He recorded about six takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, you just have to stack it, stacks and stacks, stacks and stacks. Yeah, for you to achieve that chorus effect, the one thing you should do is you have to stack your vocals, like maybe 8, 10, as many as you can, but just make sure you have enough vocals to work with. And after stacking them, the magic that makes it sound like a chorus is you won't start adding your effects individually. You won't start adding your effects on the tracks individually. You understand? You just have to create a group and send all your stacks to the group. Yeah, what some people do, what you can actually do again to your record is, after the takes, yeah, you can move one forward, move one backward. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Just this, let me see, control space forward, yeah, something like that. That's what I'm talking. Just something like this. You move this one like this, you move this one like this, you move this one like, but this is actually too much, you know. Just have to select like a 10 milliseconds is okay to move your stacks. A little one, the first one, like here, you can move it forward a bit like this. It won't show, but it has taken effect. You can move this one backward a bit. You can see just a little it has. I've done that already, so no need me adding it to it. Okay, so after you're done doing that, you have to clean your vocals because it's chorus. You have to clean them, make sure they are clean individually. Just clean everything up, all these spaces here, make sure they are sounding good. All right, so what you do is, on your chorus effects, yeah, that's what I did here. I created a group track which I titled chorus effects. On the chorus effect is where I'm sending all my stacks to. All this, you can see I named them chorus effects, and that's where I'm sending all of them to. That's where I'm sending them to. Okay, you can see send chorus effects. I'm sending all of them to my chorus effects. When you're done sending them, then that's where you start adding your effects. Oh, let me move my mic closer to my mouth. All right, that's where you start adding your effects. You can see the first thing I'm doing here is NS1 mono. It will help, this helps take the background noise away from your vocal. Yeah, I just give it to, maybe I give it around 24. Just use your ears when you're using this your NS1, because when you exaggerate it like this, problem, then to take out some quality sound from your recording. Just make sure you use your ear when you get to that place that you feel okay, here it has taken the background noise. You can, sometimes I used to leave it at 10 depending on the kind of sound I'm trying to achieve. So next I'm adding is my auto tune, and here I'm using Auto Tune Pro. This Auto Tune Pro, you know, you have to know the key of your song. Definitely the key of my song is G minor. That's it set here. I'm using low male. Yeah, my retune speed 5, flex tune 20, and my humanize all the way to 30. That's it there. Fab filter for my EQ. This is how I was able to get my EQ. You know, generally you just have to do all those the way you mix your lead. Yes, that's some people will not understand. The way you mix your lead is just follow that process to mix what you want to achieve in a chorus. We are still coming down to the things you add to actually make it sound like a chorus. And my de-esser is there. I just want to make the video you know, as fast as possible. And definitely your compressor, you have to compress your vocal, because you know there are plenty vocals there, so you just have to compress them enough. You have to compress them enough so they'll actually sound good. And I'm using this SSL to just add live to my vocal. Yeah, what I just did here, I just gave it a high filter. I just increased here to 3. I think that's what I did. That's the only thing I touched here. Yeah, fresh air to also add that sparkles to my high end. I'm giving it 13, my mid air, while my high air 18. So because I've introduced a lot of high end here from my SSL to my fresh air, so I'm using the SR to just tame those sibilants, which is what I'm doing here. Around -50 is what I'm setting it, and I'm using this preset male S. Okay, and I'm using this Vastos, I be Waves Groove Vastos. This one just helps smoothing my vocal. Look, okay, let me show you. Let me solo this.
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though.
Let me bypass this plugin.
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though. Ekusi agbono egufe asi brokota don't chop for pato. Thank God for God, though.
You can hear it was able to just smoothen my vocal a bit. When you use a good headset, if you're using a studio monitor or a quality headset, you'll be able to get that little change that it did to it. And I'm using my C4 mono. Yeah, I'm using my C4 mono to just this multiband compressor to just, what I did here is I removed all the lows from my multiband compressor. That's the major thing I did here. Then I did a little touch on the high end here. If I bypass this plugin, you hear a lot of bars from the vocal, and I think it's not really making sense. To get that clarity, that sweet clean vocal, just use multiband compressor, touch those bad frequencies that you want to take out, and it works like magic.
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though.
You can hear it, definitely is not clean. But if I bypassed it, you can hear that it's not clean. But if I add the plugin, you'll be able to get the clarity in the vocal.
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though. Ekusi agbono egufe asi brokota don't chop for pato. Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though.
That's what I use the multiband compressor to achieve. And lastly, one of the major magic that works in your chorus effect is your reverb. You know, the best way to use reverb is when you use it as a send, definitely. But on this, when you want to achieve this chorus effect sound, just add your reverb on. I'm adding my reverb directly on this my group. That's my chorus effect group. That's where I'm adding my reverb. If I remove this reverb, listen to how it
Thank
sounds.
God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though. Egusi agbono egufe asi brokota don't chop for pato.
You can hear, but adding it just gives it this live and it makes it sound full, you know. Most of my videos I do explain how to calculate your reverb. I don't think I want to do that in this video. You can watch my previous video to understand how I was able to get my reverb. Yeah, the mix I gave it to maybe like 52% of, because I'm adding my reverb there. If you are using your reverb as a send, you can increase it. You can increase your mix to 100. Then you start, when you are sending it, like you can reduce the volume, the amount you are sending. Yeah, but here I'm using it directly on my group, so I reduced my mix to like 52%, 52.4. You know, this is where I was able to get the sound I needed.
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though. Ekusi agbono egufe asi brokota don't chop for pato.
You can hear the difference. It's like night and day. So your reverb, when the major thing when you're trying to achieve the chorus effect is send all your stacks to a group, and on that group, add your reverb directly on that group. You see the magic. That's where you'll be able to, you just get the sound that you're trying to achieve from there. Then you can start touching one or two things you want to touch on it. That's it. So the next thing let me check. Okay, the next thing I added directly on each of these vocal is a pitcher. Let's see. Yeah, it's pitch proof from I don't know the company that owns this one. So speech proof. I can't get the company. I'm trying to look for the company name, but you can just check it online. I think it's a free plugin. Pitch proof. It's a free plugin. So I just added it on, not all. I added it to some of them because I wanted, to me, I feel these vocals are not enough to sound like, okay, let me bypass all these things. Let me bypass the pitch proof. Yeah. Okay. This is how it sounds.
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though. Egusi ogbono egufe ati brokoto don't choke for pot, though.
Yeah, but I wanted to introduce like more other harmonies to it, so that's why I'm using this pitch proof to add those harmonies. You can see you just have to use it to your key of your song and choose the harmony layer that you want. Here I'm using the third harmony. This is how, let me solo this particular one. Let me show you without it.
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though.
With it, this is how it
Thank God for God, though. Money don't come on board, though. Egusi ogbono egufe ati brokoto don't choke for pot, though.
I was able to introduce more harmonies to it. What I'm trying to achieve is the chorus effect, so I just needed more vocals, to sound. That's just what I did using the picture to achieve. And there's one I introduced there's one I used this let me see if it's this.
Thank God for God, money don't come on board. Egusi ogbono egufe ati brokoto don't choke for pot. Thank God for God.
There's one I use this chipmunk. I'm trying to get that one. This one is just to add more harmonies, like more. I'm still looking for that one, if it's here, Okay, I think this should be it. Yeah, this is the one I used, the chipmunk. With all of them together, it sounds like, let me just solo the group, everything
Thank God for God, money don't come on board. Egusi ogbono egufe ati brokoto don't choke for pot. Thank God for God,
Yeah, so with the whole song.
Thank God for God, money don't come on board. Egusi ogbono egufe ati brokoto don't choke for pot. Thank God for God, money don't come on board. Egusi ogbono egufe ati brokoto don't choke for pot.
Okay, let's go to my send. This is the chorus effect, and the things I was sending to the chorus effect. Oh, I didn't use any send on the chorus effect. Yeah, I didn't use any send on the chorus effect. So everything I just added is directly. I didn't even add saturation. I didn't use that. Just depending on the sound you're trying to achieve. So guys, I want to believe with this video you've been able to get one or two things on how to get your chorus effect. From here, this may not be what you actually want to achieve. But from here, you can start from here to add your own, remove your own, you know. From there, you get what you want. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on your bell notification. My next tutorial. Bye.
Thank God for God, oh. Money don't come on board, oh.